My real name is Marco Antonio Ortiz Abarca, but you can call me Tony. Tony's the name that I go by. I am the son of a great woman named Carmen Abarca. Let me read you her obituary. I buried my mother 4 years ago this week, but I know she's here with me. Carmen immigrated to America in 1959 with her two youngest children. A naturalized American citizen, Carmen loved her adopted country for giving her and her children opportunities she may never have enjoyed otherwise. Life was difficult at best for a single woman with two children in a strange land. Through grit, faith, courage, tremendous work ethic, and a will to improve her family's situation, she thrived under the adversity. Her descendants will forever love and cherish her memory by honoring these United States of America. We immigrated 60 years ago to Los Angeles, California. I was only 4 years old at the time. We lived in East Los Angeles, California. I was the youngest of the two children that my mom brought to this country. My mother wanted to bring us to this country because she wanted a better life for her children. I joined the Army on March 20th, 1972. This president announced that he would run for president and immediately attacked people of Mexican descent. And I paraphrase, saying that Mexico did not send their best, they're sending murderers, rapists, they bring drugs, and maybe some good people too. I don't know. He seems to know everything else. When you know that. Then you go to the next level by dehumanizing immigrants, calling them animals who should be treated like animals. Believe me, this is pure racist vitriol, aimed at fanning the fear and hate for those that believe that those immigrants are the reason that their despair or lack of opportunities is because of them. I won't talk about the detention centers. I think everybody has done a good job in talking about the ills of those but I will tell you this. As a U.S. Army soldier, had I treated an enemy captive like that, I would have suffered a court-martial for war crimes against humanity. A different time. They don't tell you also that this weekend's ICE raids are going after 2,000 families that will have collateral impact. It's a term that hides the cruel nature of what it means, but other people have talked about it. It simply means that families are going to be torn apart, separated into facilities in each of those cities and held there for 4 to 6 weeks before they are processed. Some children will end up alone without a family or a parent. We are creating more of a human crisis. Don't be fooled by this administration's claims that we can't do anything without the funding of Congress. The detention centers are run by largely for-profit companies that have had record profits since this president took over. This president brags about how he has accomplished so much more than any other president in our history, but he can't fix what he broke. Nonsense. I don't buy that for a minute. Expletive, expletive, expletive. I'll leave you with one last thought, hopefully a positive one. I firmly believe that it doesn't matter if countries aren't sending their best, as long as we help them become our best. Thank you.
My name is Luz Amanda Hank, and I live in Ambridge with my husband and my son, Jack. I was lucky because I came to the United States legally, and I had the choice to live my life whichever way I wanted to, and I pretty much have. I'm an immigrant, a daughter, a wife, a sister, and also the mother to an 8-year-old wonderful kid named Jack. That's why I need to speak up for him. I never felt that the color of my skin or where I came from will play a role on how I feel about my safety. A good example for me is that I feel very uncomfortable driving 2 hours outside Pittsburgh, my bubble. I work a pit, so I'm in an environment that I'm always informed. So that for me is nerve-wracking to feel that I might be stopped, and I'm a legal citizen here. So because of that, I came to the realization as I was writing this, that we live in an era that we can name the era of the other, and Alicia spoke about that, the other, O-T-H-E-R, a term that I only read in my English and my Spanish literature when I was a kid. And I never really thought about it, and I took it for granted. So I started thinking, what would I say today? Why do I feel now that I'm the other? And I went and found the definition of what it means to be the other. The other is an individual who is perceived by a group as not belonging, as being different in some fundamental way. Any stranger becomes the other. The other is almost always seen as a lesser or inferior being and is treated accordingly. The other in a society might have few or no legal rights, might be seen as less intelligent or as immoral, and might even be regarded as subhuman. For me, it's sad and frustrating that we are living in this era, and now I have to explain to my child what it means and what are we living through. One request that I have for everyone here is to view and to read not just your local news. Because of the internet, we're very lucky that we can go to any part of the world and read their local news. I read papers from England, Colombia. When I hear the news about Nicaragua, Peru, I read those papers because that gives me that point of view. Maybe if we all did that and took the time to go there and see what's happening, we might be able to understand the other. I will leave you with my favorite quote. I live by this quote, or I try to, by Maya Angelou. She says, I have learned that people will forget what I say, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. La gente olvidará lo que digas, la gente olvidará lo que hagas, pero nunca olvidará cómo la hiciste sentir. That is what we're doing to those kids. They will remember how we made them feel. Thank you.